Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new chapter of Nanatsu no Taizai, or you could call it the 7 Deadly Sins, on chapter 311. I can see why a lot of people could be complaining about this chapter, I won't deny that. Even I was kind of somewhat disappointed now that I realize it, but I guess it is what it is. We're gonna have to go with the flow for now, etc. But sometimes we may never know where Nakaba could go with this. I mean, there are many things that could go north or go south. It all depends what you're looking for, but it's up to him how he writes the story now and how is he gonna finish it off. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Meliodas was gonna lose to himself in his rage, but Merlin calms him down by saying that Elizabeth is alive, and we see to it, of course, that we get to see Elizabeth's curse again, and we see to it that Meliodas was actually trying to get rid of it this time, and he actually blasted it again. Unfortunately, it seems to regenerate itself over and over again, no matter how many times he blasts it. And we see to it that Meliodas confirms that the immortality curse placed upon him by the supreme deity was actually gone, but Elizabeth was by the Demon King. And we see to it that Bongo's like, so in other words, the Demon King has not kicked the bucket yet. And we see to it that Merlin and Gotha confirms that there's no one else who could actually absorb the commandments, because here's the thing, because like if anyone else, an animal or anyone who's very weak or something, even if they are a demon or a goddess or something, should anyone absorb any of the commandments, they'll be torn to shreds in a matter of seconds. Even King confirms this by saying, yeah, this happened to Mel a long time ago. He tried to absorb the commandments, and 4 of them is already killing him. And Elizabeth realizes, along with everyone else, gets a very bad feeling. Even Meliodas realizes that, oh man, this is very bad. There's only one person who I could think could do this. And we get a flashback to where Cusack is at, and after we've seen Cusack, we get a flashback of what happened to the original demon. After the original demon got blasted by Mao's Sunshine Blast, Greater Sun if anything, it splits back to Cusack and Chandler. Of course, we see to it that they go like, what the hell just happened? And they only remember the fact of where the commandments were being absorbed by Meliodas, and they found the 10 commandments that Meliodas was supposed to absorb. But unfortunately, after Bond beats the living, after everyone else helped work together to beat the Demon King out of Meliodas, they managed to, I guess the commandments might have blasted off of him. And we see to it that Zeldris is alive next to Cusack, and he ends up being shocked and really concerned. Of course, Cusack is really concerned about Zeldris, and Chandler's like, no, leave that failure behind. We must get the commandments and offer to Meliodas again. But Cusack, on the other hand, chops Chandler into tiny bits and pieces by saying, I'm sorry, but I have no grudge against you, but you being alive will get in the way for now. And he chops Chandler into like gazillions of pieces, or hundreds of pieces if anything, and ends up saying, Zeldris, hang in there, okay? I will be sure to get you alive. And he takes the commandments with him and says, I won't let you die, Zeldris. I mark my words. And he brings Zeldris to a location where no one else might be able to find them. And we see to it that Cusack tells Zeldris, why do you ask me one time, why am I so attached to you, or I care for you? It's because I see you as my own child. You are my treasure. You are my everything. Even those emotions are nothing more planted in me by the Demon King, I still care for you. And we see to it that Zeldris wakes up a bit, regaining consciousness, and sees the 10 commandments being put into him. As Cusack says the words of enchantment to put into Zeldris, Zeldris realizes one thing: if the commandments are being absorbed, like all 10 of them, they will become the new vessel of the Demon King. And Zeldris not wanting this is too late. It ends up going to Zeldris, and he becomes a new Demon King. And we see to it that Cusack is so amazed by Zeldris' new form, but unfortunately the Demon King, unknowingly, that it's the Demon King that took over. Zeldris says, you are a pain in the neck right now, so goodbye. You served your purpose and did it to the very end. Goodbye. And he blasted Cusack to pieces and possibly killed him. And we see to it that, like, the Demon King says, I'm still alive, Meliodas, and the chapter ends off there with the Demon King in Zeldris' new body with long hair and yeah. And the next chapter is called The War Begins. I could see a lot of people are pretty disappointed right now because, like, they don't see this as another enemy, as a challenge again. Maybe because, like, the 7 deadly sins work together to actually beat the Demon King out of Meliodas' body. Let's remember that. We do remember many chapters ago that the 7 deadly sins worked together to defeat the Demon King, and that was pretty disappointing in a way. And now with Meliodas with his own power on par with the Demon King or something, how is this gonna be any different? Makes you wonder, like, how is this really gonna go? It all depends when Nakaba takes this. Now, I won't deny the fact I really wish it was the Supreme Deity, Elizabeth's mother herself, to be the enemy, because I think that would have been much more interesting, and we get to see how strong the Supreme Deity is. I mean, we do get to know that she was on par with the Demon King, which is why she was the leader of the Goddess Clan, but still, I think it would have been interesting if it was the Supreme Deity instead, but we gotta work with what we gotta work with. And depending when Nakaba takes this, it could go well or it could go bad. It all depends how we even look at it. Because, I don't know. We just have to, like, take a look at it carefully, if anything. But knowing that the Demon King is back and he is now occupying Zeldris' body, I wonder if the 7 Deadly Sins are just gonna work together to beat the Demon King out of Zeldris again, or just beat him up and kill him permanently. But we'll have to see. I mean, like, Meliodas has the power to be on par with the Demon King, possibly. And depending on how this goes and how Nakaba takes it, this could go better, but it all depends. Because we do remember this many chapters ago, that the Demon King was defeated by the 7 Deadly Sins when they were working together. And Bon having to get his power from the Purgatory after having immortality, And now Meliodas having his power on par with the Demon King without the commandments. It becomes very questionable if it's going to be any better, or is it going to end like last time. So we're going to have to find out. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.